Aragorndolf. Yes, from up on the scaffolding, you see, just climbing down onto the street, the very same cloaked figure who so nearly killed your younger brother, Gimmelus. Oh, sweet Gimmelus, I will avenge you. I unsheath my sword, and I leap down, like Link in Smash Bros., pinning this goon with my blade. Okay, wait, like a shove attack to get him on the ground? I want to use my sword, though. Yeah, and you might take some fall damage. Even if the guy breaks my fall? Yeah, I mean, okay, you probably need an athletics check just to land on him. Gimmelus's honor is at stake. If only there was some martial feature that allowed for... Oh, hey, what's this new video from Bob? Mighty Deeds of Arms, aka Deeds, or for the purposes of this video, Deed Dice is the standout martial class feature from Dungeon Crawl Classics that allows your warriors to attempt epic feats as part of their attacks that are fun at the table and do not involve any complicated rulings. So, if you're already familiar with DCC, great, but since you're probably a punk like me who basically only plays 5e, I'm going to show you exactly how this elegant feature almost already fits right into your 5e games, because I'm Bob, this is where we learn how to have more fun playing D&D together, and despite all the comments on these house rule videos insisting that I play Pathfinder, Dungeon Crawl Classics is a way more attractive game because instead of adding complexity to D&D, this game is built on the simple and gritty foundation of these old books, but with frankly better game design. Like, the whole game comes in one book, and you can save 10% with the promo code BOB, link below, but only until the end of February because even as a sponsor, DCC knows drama, which they show here fantastically. The mechanic for Mighty Deeds of Arms was designed to encourage exciting stunts by ambitious warriors in the tradition of literary heroes. The goal was to create a rule system that encouraged situation-specific freedom without creating a ton of cumbersome rules. So deeds are like additional opportunities for the fun results that DMs often improvise on a critical hit. But instead of creating more stuff for the DM to think about during combat, it shifts that improv to the player and turns it into an incentive. It gives them a chance to leap off ledges and tackle enemies, slice into a dragon's wing, and maybe even toss a dwarf, without stressing over every rule that would normally apply. Here's the basics, then we'll adapt it to 5e. Once per turn, the warrior can declare a mighty deed before they attack. The GM agrees the deed is reasonable for a warrior of their level. The warrior rolls their attack, 1d20 plus deed die plus strength. If the deed die is 3 or higher and the attack hits, the deed is successful and the warrior rolls their damage, weapon die plus deed die result plus strength. Now, declaring a character's action first and making sure the DM is cool with it is a given. What you probably noticed is that the character uses a deed die roll, not a static attack bonus like 5e's flat proficiency bonus. So it's actually very similar to the proficiency dice, an optional rule from the 5e DMG which very few people probably use, but Professor DM of Dungeon Craft has a great video about why you should try it out. And just like in DCC, where only the martial classes use this variable attack bonus, you could have only your 5e martial characters use proficiency dice, and just for their attacks, making this a pretty small change, unless you want to use it across the board. So according to the DMG, your level 1 fighter would use 1d4 instead of a flat +2. The other mechanical taboo you may have noticed was adding this deed die result to the damage, because in 5e we don't add proficiency to damage, so I would just ignore that part. And now we have, once per turn, the fighter can declare a mighty deed before they attack. The DM agrees the deed is reasonable for a fighter of their level. The fighter rolls their attack 1d20 plus proficiency die plus strength. If the proficiency die is a 3 or higher and the attack hits, the deed is successful, and the fighter rolls their damage, weapon die plus strength. Of course, this could work for ranged attacks too, and another fun recommendation from the DCC core book is to create a signature deed for your character, basically their own awesome finishing move like a pro wrestler or Mortal Kombat character. And it includes a few weapon-specific deeds, like Warhammers swing with such momentum they can knock down an opponent. If a warrior with a Warhammer does not declare any other deed, he is automatically considered to attempt a pushback with any successful hit. I really want to make features like that for every weapon in 5e. Does that already exist somewhere? Let me know in the comments. And both DCC and the 5e Player's Handbook contain a section of special attacks to inspire you. That's right, I'm sure some of you folks have been dying to leave a comment saying this ruins the Battlemaster Fighter subclass, and it totally does. This mechanic is way more open-ended and creative and fun compared to the small handful of maneuvers your Battlemaster is stuck with. So if someone in your group is already using that one specific subclass, I would only let them try it out. And if nobody's playing this one specific subclass, I'd probably still only use this with fighters and barbarians, maybe monks, probably not paladins and rangers because they already have spellcasting to think about, and definitely not rogues because they already have their cool and creative and fun sneak attack. Or if you don't like it as a class feature, you could consider it a feat, or you could make it the property of a magic weapon, or just save this idea for those rule of cool moments to give them a little bit of structure. Oh good, the video's done. Okay, so roll your attack, but instead of +2 for your proficiency, roll a d4, okay? 16 and a 3 on the d4. You leap and plunge your sword into this cloaked sweet vengeance. But now, face to face, their disguise falls away. Eragondolf, my brother. Gimmelus? My captain. My king. What? So if you like these ideas, please give the video a thumbs up. Check out this other Martial Homebrew video and the 10% off DCC core book linked below. Thank you, and keep building.